much for having me here today. I'm sorry I could only attend one day, but I'm excited to be here with y'all. So thank you, Dr. Perrin. Thank you, Angel. Well, Nubono's not here, but thank you to her as well, and everybody else on the LOS team. It's been incredible. So my talk is all about embodied presence in leadership. So as a leader, your business is a reflection of you. Is everybody here? You guys entrepreneurs, have your own business? So entrepreneurs, leaders, whether you're C-suite, whether you have your own business, whether you are just you and yourself, whether you manage a small team, you're still a leader. And if you're not where you want to be, it's because you've not become who you need to be. And I just wanted to share a statistic with you from Forbes. So 49% of a company's reputation comes directly from the CEO. Any of you as leaders, you're the CEO. You're the CEO of that business. You're the CEO of that classroom. You're the CEO of the corporate that you might have worked in or you do work in. And 82% of people trust companies when their leaders show up. That's huge when you think of 82%. So remember, your smile is your logo. Your personality is your trademark. And how you impact and how you make others feel, that's your legacy. So what does it mean to live your legacy? By being crystal clear. Your personal coat of arms, your mission statement, representing your key values. What are your values? What's the mission of your business? What's your personal mission? And whether you're a seasoned business owner, whether you're starting out, whether you're moving into a new chapter in life, today what I'm going to talk about probably reminds you what you already know. But it pays to go through this exercise. And I do it with my clients time and time again. I do it personally at least twice a year, if not every quarter. Because marketing trends change. Economic shifts happen. Consumer trends change. So as society and everything else that's going on changes, we need to adapt as well. So it's where you are now versus where you want to be. It's all about mindset. And we've all got the power. We've all got the power to change our mindset today. We've got the power to change our mindset to work on that. It's about your mindset and your mouth set. So today we're going to talk about the high five to focus on in your business. Underlying business principles are timeless. They're things that we do time and time again. Those fundamentals, they remain the same. But we grow and we sometimes lack growth because we've got out of alignment with our businesses, with our purpose, with our mission statement, with our values. So today I'm here to remind you about refocusing on what you already know. So bringing your A game, adding value, taking that aligned action in your businesses. This can be personally and professionally. Actively listening and actually being present, which we spoke about in the last session. Building those alliances and having alliances in your network. Nurturing relationships in your businesses. Being attuned to yourself and being attuned to your values, personally and professionally. Being able to accept change and having the ability to adapt quickly. COVID taught a lot of us that. So being aligned action, this is number one. How many of you have a power hour that you use every day for your personal or professional? 1, 2, 3, 4, amazing. So that's the foundation of maintaining aligned action. That power hour is that one time, that 1 hour you set in your schedule every single day that you work on your business. And you go, right, this is what I'm doing today. They might be themed each day of the week. You might have Monday marketing day, Friday financials, whatever it is. And you put that time aside and you put 3 to 5 actions that you will get done in that time. And that's a framework for taking aligned action, to focus on being that business champion, bringing that A game. We don't get derailed in our business and in life because we lack ambition. We're all leaders. That's why we're here. But it's because we get distracted. We get distracted by clients, by content on social. We get distracted by people in our community. We're putting out team fires. You're dealing with spoiled children that aren't behaving. Then there's algorithm shifts with social media. There's AI, which Des is going to talk about in a bit. And it can be too much. So when you're pulled in 10 directions, what do? Come back to these 3 questions. What is it that you're building right now? What is it you're building right now in your business? What matters this week? And are you looking at your own lane, or are you looking at everybody else's? Again, spoke about that in the last session. Are you too busy wondering what everybody's doing, caring what other people think? Or are you focused and in alignment with where you're going? Because clarity is leverage. The clearer you are with your message, the clearer you are with your values, the clearer you are with your mission, the clearer you will be able to elevate in your business. Number 2, active listening and actually being present in that moment. We're all guilty of being on our phones, scrolling, half listening, being on a Zoom call, answering emails, multitasking. We think we're amazing, we're superstars. Not really. We're actually not giving that person we're with our undivided attention. We're not investing in that person. So the more you invest in your team, the more you invest in your community, your clients, any relationship that you have going on, you'll reap those rewards. That's how you build and nurture those networks. That's how you build and nurture that time. How many of you can remember a time when someone's made a real impact? I know some of my teachers, I can say exactly who it was and exactly when, 8 years old, that they impacted my life. Why? Because they gave me their time. I might have been sat on their lap crying, but they gave me their time. They nurtured that relationship. They helped me out, and I will remember them for life. So think about those people that you're with and what you're doing, whether it's your children, whether it's your partner, whether it's your team. What you invest, you get back out. So being actively listening. Can you repeat back what someone said to you? Or are you just nodding and smiling, going, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, okay, fine. So think about that. And how can you add value as you meet new people? Everybody here, can you introduce the person next to you from whom you've met this weekend or this retreat? Can you say, right, Dr. Perrin, she needs this, and this is how I can add value from my network. Or this is what I could share as a resource for your children in school. Or this is what I could share for you to introduce someone to help save more children. How can you add value? Not wanting anything in return, but adding value and investing in that relationship. Does anybody want to share a time that they recently added value?
I met with a friend in Cambridge this week, and we had a conversation, and she was going through some challenges in her business and considering getting a loan. And then we had a really profound conversation and got to the root of why she wanted to take a loan. And we found out that there was, coming out of fear and scarcity. And something within unlocked, and, she was really grateful for the time spent together. So I think there was a way that I contributed to her, and she contributed to me, right?
Does anybody else want to share? Yes, please.
Hi. Just to say thank you, Dr. Samani, for this opportunity. I shared with Dr. Samani, that's what I'm actually been going through, and really, really difficult time in my life. And it's been like that for quite many years, unfortunately. And she says, Esther Maxine, it will be a great opportunity for you to come on this retreat. And, for you to go away, transformed, basically.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you, Dr. Samani, for seeing something in me. Yeah, so thank you and your family.
It's investing time in you. It's investing time in that conversation. It's totally actively listening. It's being fully present, going, you know what? This, and this will help you. Only for you.
Since I've been here, the wonderful people that I've met, the talks that we've listened to, Dwayne and many, many others who've been talking and making an impact in my life. And many of them don't know what I'm going through, but they've come and touched just a word, with a hug, with a smile.
But they're micro moments, and they're micro moments you'll take away for the rest of your day, the rest of your month, the rest of your year, and you'll go, I remember that exact moment, what it smelled like, what it felt like, how somebody made me feel, because they've lived their legacy in that moment and made an impact to you. So leading on from what Maxine shared, that's about the know, like, trust. You've gotten to know people while you're here. You've gotten to like them. You trust them. So if you're building businesses going forward, you'll give various people a call going, you know what, I know that you specialize in this. I've got someone that can help you, or someone needs your assistance, or someone needs this. And that's how you nurture those relationships. That's how you build long-standing. Business isn't built today. It's not a magic pill.
And one more thing I'll say, that you have to be very honest. You have to be very honest.
Yes.
And you have to be authentic.
100%.
You don't want to say something to your face and go behind, say something. Don't do that. That is not going to help you. It's nice to be front. You might be a little bit angry or frustrated with the person, but it's okay. But because you said what you felt about it, don't keep things and don't go around, because that is not going to help you.
But it's not going to help them either. Whereas if you say, look, you've actually upset me, and this is what didn't, you said this, and this is what happened instead.
I believe that just if you're honest and if you're trustworthy, people will be more towards you.
And then as you build those relationships in business as leaders and help other people out, then you can also use each other's audiences, because you know, like, and trust. So you know that this person has experience or this person has subject matter expertise, and then it's getting in front of other people's audiences because you can add value to their audiences. So you've got reviews, whether you're getting reviews online, whether you're getting reviews as written feedback that you're sharing. People look at that now. Your customers, what's the first thing you do? What does everybody else say about them? And so you're going and having a look. Do they have 5-star reviews? Do they have 1-star review? Why'd they get a 1-star review? Oh, I'm not going with them. I'm going to go this way. Like, we have online now. Clients are more discerning. People ask more questions. The lead up to conversion, it takes a lot longer. Getting into publications, another way is to get more eyes on your business. Building that up as leadership, being seen so that people know that there's a face to your business, a face to your service. Being on podcasts, if you've had the opportunity to go on the podcast this week. Being in PR, winning awards. And that's all of those things, you're building up your subject matter expertise. All of those things, you're building up more eyes on your business. You're building your brand, you're boosting. And if you're able to get in with bigger companies, if you think of some of them like, I don't know, Nike, for example, or perfumes, anything, they start teaming up with actors, artists, and sometimes don't even know who they are, so you Google them. So that actor, that artist, that athlete has gained more eyes on their business, more eyes on what they're trying to build, their message, their vision, because they've teamed up and they've collaborated. So building those relationships is so important. And getting on as many platforms as you can. I personally, and I encourage my clients to at least get on 3 or 4 platforms, other people's audiences every week. Because you can come on my podcast, I can go on your podcast, we're sharing different subject matters, we're adding value to your audience, and you're getting the word out, whatever your message is. Being attuned to yourself and your values. Taking time to pause. We all did that in the last session. It was powerful. We all were present, we all connected. Some of us got messages that we needed to hear. Some of us got clarity in a question we've been seeking the answer to. And energy attracts energy. So if you take that time to pause in your busy schedules, to do that box breathing that we went through, you're able to present yourself a lot better for whomever you're going to go into the next treatment, the next meeting with, the next anything. And then you're able to be present. So really being attuned to yourself and your values really helps. One thing does anybody manage teams here? Everybody individual? You got teams? So if you're going in, say this is our weekly team meeting and we're all here, how would you start it? Would you just go like, hey, how you doing? Or do you start it with do you have like a set agenda?
Yeah, you have an icebreaker and the agenda and then move into it.
So recently I had one of my clients said, try this. I said, start off with reviews you've had this week. And it changed the whole dynamic of that team meeting because it was positive. And they read out 2 or 3 reviews, didn't have to be long, but what are your clients saying about you? What are your clients saying about your service? What went well this week? And by starting with the positive aspects, then the entire meeting shifted.
Well, yeah, I say, give me one thing that you're grateful for today.
Yeah.
I usually go around the table. You can't say the same as, and then go
Gets
around.
harder. I'll go first.
Yeah. And then some people, like the clown of the class, will say, I've got nothing. So we dig deep with them.
Yeah.
Then from digging deep with them, we get a lot more out for the others. Just by that one person
Yeah.
in that state of mind, you're able. There was a guy before. Sorry to cut you.
No, carry
There
on.
was a guy before was in a factory, so they got all the factory workers, and these are the supervisors. This supervisor is so keen to get away because he's in fear that he needs to get the job done, but the director is giving permission to come in there and go through the training. But he's still in fear like that. And where he was still in fear, we was able, if he wasn't in the class, we wouldn't have got the content out, because I was able to reel it out of him. And then all the other supervisors there were able to benefit from his resistance. So sometimes, even though it might be challenging for the facilitator, I like the challenging stuff because that's able to then pick that dialogue out and everyone learn from the example. So thank you, Miss.
So as far as attuning with yourself and your values, this is one thing I do with my clients, and these are 8 ways to reflect, but you can turn these into affirmations once you've got clarity on them. So I'm going to ask these questions. I'm going to go through, ask them as a question, then I'm going to go through and say them as an affirmation, because I think this will really help you in your businesses, and it helps personally too, just to really focus on that positive. So number 1 is, I plant seeds of change wherever I go. I raise the vibration of the world with my light. How can you do that? How can you plant seeds wherever you go? How can you raise the vibration of that room that you enter so that you're giving rather than taking? I bring beauty to the world through my words, my creativity, my thoughtfulness, my presence. How? How can you add beauty? How can you add value through your words, your creativity, your thoughtfulness, your presence? When people spend time with you, do they leave going, that was amazing, love that coffee, love that time, thanks for your help? So how? I remind others that they're worthy of love and respect, that they matter and can design their destiny. Sometimes it's smiling at someone that's cleaning the toilet, and it just, they go, wow, I've been seen today. There was a story about people that clean the trains in Japan, and at first they were cleaners, and they transformed what they did, turned them into customer service, and everybody's mind shift changed. They became known as the world's best and fastest cleaners of trains. It was amazing. So it can be something small, but they brought beauty to that job, to that situation, to that environment. And they reminded them that they're worthy. They're not just cleaners. Like in Japan, to be cleaner, like you are your bottom feeders. But to go, hey, actually, how fast can you clean, and how this? And they gave them smarter uniforms, and all of a sudden they're in the news. People would come early to catch their train to watch, and everybody was waving. Why? Because they mattered. Everybody in this world matters. God created us all. And the beautiful butterflies. I inspire people to believe in themselves and build their confidence. It's giving that compliment when you walk by someone, a total stranger. You know what? Love that top. You look great today. That color suits you. If you think it, share it. I heal hearts by being my most authentic self. How can you help heal others? I turn my pain into lessons and into wisdom that I can share with others. We've all had tough chapters. We've all gone through tough times. But how can you heal to then put your best self forward to help other people through that? Because where you are today is not where you were yesterday or last year, but there'll be somebody else that's in that chapter, and you can help them because you've gotten over it. So it's making sure that you stay attuned to what's in here. You're authentic. You share that with other people. Last but not least is the being able to accept change and adapt quickly. So the buying mindset of clients, no matter what industry you're in, has changed. MasterCard, even though people say we're in a global recession, the world economic is still up 3.2%. US, the GCC countries, the Middle East, India, top 3 areas in the world that are still growing, and they're only ahead by 0.2%. So the economics are still growing. Things will come. You just got to adapt and change to offer to your clients what they need now. And most of that is simplicity, speed, and convenience. How do we know that? Where do we shop? Amazon, Deliveroo, Kareem, can you bring it to my door, please? Can you bring it to my office? Can you clean my car outside where I am? Can you fix my windscreen here? Oh, you know what? I'm out of milk. Can you deliver it, please? So everybody wants that convenience. So how can you do that in your business and elevate? I'm leading straight into what Des is going to present about AI. ChatGPT, having your personal assistant that helps you. So it's looking at all those things. And it's just a high five to your business, a great way to look at that, reattune as a leader. What can you add value? What can you bring to people? Taking that aligned action, having that power hour, actively listening, being present, building those networks, nurturing those relationships, really knowing your values, sharing that with others, and accepting change and having that ability to adapt quickly. So thank you guys all so much, woo, busy bee, for your time. One of the slides would have said about my book, so you guys can download it out on the back if you want a free copy, and the ways to connect with me are on the back of that business card. So thank you so much.